Today on Bench Briefs, we're looking at a recent decision from the Supreme Court of Canada that dives into the delicate balance of power between municipalities and provincial governments. The case is Quebec, Attorney General v. Senneville, decided in 2025, and it asks a fundamental question. How far can a municipality go when regulating land use and development without overstepping provincial authority? Here's what happened. The Village of Senneville, a small municipality in Quebec, passed a bylaw that placed certain restrictions on how property owners could use and develop their land. These restrictions weren't just minor rules, they affected property owners' rights in a significant way, sparking controversy. Some property owners challenged the bylaw, arguing that it wasn't valid because it overreached the powers granted to the municipality under Quebec law. The Attorney General of Quebec got involved too, questioning whether the village had the constitutional authority to enact such a bylaw in the first place. At its heart, this case is about the division of powers between provincial governments and municipalities. In Canada, municipalities don't have constitutional status on their own. They get their powers from the provinces. That means provinces decide what municipalities can and cannot do. But the lines aren't always crystal clear. Municipalities want enough authority to manage local affairs effectively, especially when it comes to land use and development, but provinces want to maintain overall control and ensure consistency across their territory. So the main legal issues before the Supreme Court were twofold. First, did the Village of Senneville's bylaw fall within the constitutional authority granted to municipalities under Quebec's legislative framework? And second, did the bylaw unlawfully encroach on provincial powers or violate constitutional principles that govern the division of powers between provincial and municipal governments? The court had to carefully analyze the scope of municipal powers under Quebec's laws and consider whether the bylaw was a legitimate exercise of those powers or an overreach that should be struck down. This involved looking at the nature of the bylaw itself. Was it simply regulating local matters, or was it stepping into areas reserved for the province? The court also examined some of the broader constitutional framework that shapes how municipalities fit into our federal system. Why does this case matter? Well, municipalities are on the front lines of managing land use, zoning, and development. Issues that affect everything from housing availability to environmental protection and community character. If municipalities are too restricted, they can't respond effectively to local needs. But if they have too much power, there's a risk of inconsistent rules and conflicts with provincial policies. This case helps clarify where that line is drawn in Quebec and offers guidance for other provinces facing similar questions. By confirming or limiting municipal authority in this context, the Supreme Court's decision shapes how local governments can plan and regulate land use. It also reinforces the constitutional principle that while municipalities have important roles, they remain creatures of the provinces and must operate within the powers granted to them. This balance is crucial for maintaining order and fairness in Canada's system of government. Thanks for listening to this episode of Bench Briefs. Join us next time as we explore more landmark cases shaping Canadian law. Until then, take care.